Hi Capricorn, welcome to your monthly tarot reading. I'm Ashley Rose and this is your monthly tarot reading for February 2022. This reading is for all signs Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So anytime throughout the year, throughout this month, you want to check back in and figure out what was going on, or maybe that's your moon sign, emotionally things are a little weird. You know, this video is here for you. Today we're going to be pulling 7 cards for the overview of the month. An oracle card, 3 cards for your love life, 3 to clarify, and hold on, put these back in. 3 to clarify, and we're gonna end with an affirmation. This month we start off with a full moon in Aquarius that happens on February 1st, so literally the first of the month. And it's here to help us reinvent and detach from old ways of thinking and how we talk about ourselves and how we can be maybe stuck on the details of things. And again, like the old narratives that we tell, because we really are ready to point ourselves and focus on the future and like get excited about what that has to offer and how we can align ourselves with that energy. And we're no longer trying to look through the past to pinpoint like what went wrong, how could we do better. It's really just like forward thinking. This new moon also comes to help us come up with new ideas in a way that we can build community within whatever we're working on, or how we can find or how we can sense a stronger community around us from being a lot more aligned, or being aligned more with our authenticity. So there might be some challenges or some lessons that come up during that time to kind of get us to expand our thinking and to really look at what we want and what's been holding us back, right? We can also, during this new moon, it's important that, or not we can also, but this new moon is also pushing us to be a visionary in our life and to think about, you know, where we really see ourselves within the next year, how it feels, who's around us, what environments are we in, what are we creating, and what does our success look like. It's having us really focus on that. And again, not focusing on what doesn't work anymore, because we already know that, right? It's this thing of like, if we keep doing the same things, it's going to produce the same results. And we're in a time where we are ready to do different things to produce different results and get us closer to our end result. Then we go then all the planets, your energy has a lot to say, and I'm kind of taking it all in, but I love it. And everything goes direct February 3rd. Venus is direct, Mercury's direct. So we've learned a lot in our relationships, or maybe what has held us back, and what we can do to really co-create healthy relationships and healthy connections in our life. Because like I said, a big balance, or like I've said, maybe I've already said it in this video, but even in just like January's video and, you know, what we can expect in 2022, there's a big push on us to form connections, and we really got to think about the way that we're forming them, and if they're coming off authentic, or if they're coming off maybe self-centered, or for some other type of behavior, right? We've had to take a look at that during these retrogrades, but now that everything is direct, we can kind of put our foot down, put it to the metal, and embark on this new beginning, this new journey to really bring ourselves into that future self that we see, because everything's becoming a lot more clear. Oh yeah. And we're ready to do that. And then we have a full moon in Leo that happens this month, and that helps us again get in touch with our strengths, our talents, illuminates what is really working within us and how we can keep using that to move forward. It really comes to, again, ignite this power within us that's going to help us move forward and toward the dreams that we're building in, or the dreams that we're bringing in, I should say, because these things are coming from a place of stability, a place of structure. Okay, all right. And having a solid foundation to really continue to grow off of, because again, we know ourselves in a more authentic way now, or we're allowing that light to shine. We're not allowing maybe, you know, old things of like our ego to pop up from the past, because that's a thing that, that's something that Capricorns are working through, is their ego. our big lesson in your lifetime is working through that ego, is working, getting caught up on the little small details of things, but we really are pushing through to see the big picture, and that can help us bring in what we want even closer and even better. Because again, a big theme this year is spirituality, and we end this month in Pisces season that's having us really dig deep and to find that connection in an even deeper spiritual sense to our desires. Like, why, where does this come from? Where does this stem from? Am I listening to myself spiritually? Am I tuned into my higher self? And how, when I can use those things together in balance and in harmony, how I can really start creating a space that almost feels dreamlike, but is actually a lot more real than our dreams. So it's this really amazing time because, you know, things that no longer serve us are falling away. Structures, people, relationship, business partnerships, I think I said friendships that just don't serve us anymore, and that kind of kept us stuck in that, you know, fearful mentality, in that in that victim mindset, or even, you know, going back to the past. Those things are falling away. We do not have space for them, and they do not serve us. Because we start our month out with the Tower in reverse. And I love it because honestly, it speaks to the new moon in Aquarius that's coming to help us reinvent our mind and the way that we see things, the way our structures have been built within us. How are we talking to ourselves? How are we building ourselves up? How are we supporting ourselves? We're taking a look at that and we're reinventing it because we need to have a stronger foundation for it to stand on. Capricorns are very good at knowing, like, which is interesting to be talking about because you're very good at coming up with the plan, following the plan, and knowing that you have it within you to make it happen. But there's something within that we need to take a look at, and we need to rework because that framework is a little bit faulty. It's kind of is what has not gotten us to the point that we've wanted to get to. But it's really awesome that this isn't, you know, the Tower upright where it's just causing this crazy upheaval. This is coming inwardly, and that could be something that we can just kind of quick fix right away. Because one thing I do love about Capricorns is once you know the problem and what to do and how to make it better, you make the change, you pivot your focus, and you go in the direction that's more aligned with you. Because when we can do that and we can bring ease into our life instead of maybe chaos, or, you know, maybe like there's disorganization within our thoughts, or, you know, getting caught up in the little things, the little stuff, it creates restriction, and it creates, again, chaos that is just unnecessary and can become overwhelming to Capricorn. And when we can let that go and we can rework and reframe and build something stronger, like I said, it's not something crazy. It's just like a little, like, oh, okay, I can do that. And when we do that, we have the Empress here, ready to support us. The Empress creates a life she loves out of love to share with those she loves, and it comes with ease. It comes from trusting her intuition and having faith in her desires, having faith in her creativity, and knowing that when she can combine her spiritual side with her creative side and bring it together in a practical sense and create that balance between her mind, body, and spirit, oh my God, she can have anything she wants. It's this adaptability. It's birthing your ideas into existence and allowing them to take on a life of their own. And again, that comes from listening to our intuition and allowing that to be the guide. And I feel like that's the thing that's changing a little bit, is we're letting our egos and our fear be the guide once, but now we're allowing our intuition to be the guide. Now we're not allowing our fears to lead. Now we're actually allowing our actual creative power, our love for life and what we have to bring into it, be the leader, be the authority that's bringing us forward. 3 is the number for new beginnings, communication, having fun, being social. It is the number of harmony. Again, it's that mind-body balance, mind-body-spirit connection, that when they're all working together, you can bring it all in. And there's all this yellow in the card. So it just reminds me of like your source, your solar plexus, but also your happiness. And when you activate that place of, you know, excitement and joy, how you can really start to enjoy what's happening in your life, because there are major things changing and moving, and you're putting yourself directly where you want to be. And it's super important that you're present in all of it, because this journey is going to be a magnificent one. It is really going to be transformative. And for you to get everything out of it and to really understand, you know, why you've gone through everything, it's going to be super important for you to be present in it and pay attention to your work and the fruits of your labor that are coming to harvest, that you're able to really take a part of and enjoy what you've built already and even what is going to grow into. Yeah, there's just wanted to take a quick look at her, see if I missed anything. And then there's just this Venus symbol, and I love that because Venus is going direct this month, and you just really have an opportunity to grow your relationships and grow your finances in a new way. And really look at where maybe your relationships and maybe your ideas you had about them and your finances and how that held you back, but now everything's direct. You can take that lesson and apply it to what you're doing now. And really, again, with this ease, with this trust in our intuition, nothing's going to be holding us back. And then that moves us into the Five of Cups in reverse. So when the Five of Cups is this way, this is grief, this is despair, this is loss, this is dreams, not happening that you really, wanted to happen. And you're having a hard time trusting and following your intuition, even though there's these two cups behind you that are filled. There's relationships that are ready to support you and continue working on your dreams, but you're distracted by these things that didn't work out. But with this being in reverse, again, we're not looking at the past. We're not looking at the things that didn't work out. We're not looking at the grief and the despair and the loss that we've experienced. We are looking to the future with excitement and the understanding that we have the relationships in our life that are going to get us there, and that we have all that we need within us to get us to that next point, right? And in that, it frees us from the past. It frees us from the things that used to keep us, cloaked in this darkness and not seeing what we have and not allowing our light to come out, or even like just allowing our egos to live, because they kind of live in the shadow, right? And we're transforming that. We're working out of that. And again, we're pointing ourselves towards our success, towards our future. And in the middle of our reading, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So hello, Earth sign showing up in your reading. And this is you forging a path for your success by yourself, knowing that you can do this, that you can bring it in, that you can bring in comfort, you can bring in stability, you can bring in financial security, you can bring in good relationships when you're tuned into what you really want and you're putting in the hard work and effort to make it happen. She's standing in between these two trees, and that being a doorway, and 9 being the number for spirituality and completion and wisdom. So you are completing this cycle with these 3 cards, where it really puts you in the right position to step into this new journey, to step into this new beginning, and welcome in all this abundance around you. But remember, slow and steady wins the race. So don't be trying to get ahead of yourself, because there's this little snail here, and it has been maybe a slower journey, but don't be trying to get ahead of yourself, because again, you're going to miss important parts along the way if you try to speed this process up. You are exactly where you need to be, but patience is important for us to learn with this, because we're still a student, as we are going to be transforming into a teacher to others, because we've done this by ourselves, and other people are so inspired by that, because they want to know how they can do that too, how they can create this abundance, how they can come home after a long day's work like you and walk into everything you've ever wanted, an environment that feels like yours and comfortable, that you've made it yourself. And even with this snail and this little bird up here, that's signaling that you have support and you have guides, and it is all around you. So if you feel like doubting yourself or you don't belong where you are, tune back into that support. Ask them for that guidance and that connection when you feel a little bit lonely, because there might be a tendency to feel a little bit lonely because you are on this solo path. Capricorns are a little bit better at being by themselves, because they can kind of put all of the work and all of the energy that they want into it. But it's okay too to admit that you could be lonely sometimes, and you want to share this connection and this success with other people. And again, that's in the middle of your reading, and I think it's important to bring up the bottom cards right now, because at the bottom is the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Cups. Ooh, these guys aren't as important, but like the Two of Wands, Justice, and the Queen of Wands. So it's like your desires in being and sitting on your throne, like confident in the experience that you've had, is bringing in this balance. The work that you're putting in is coming back around, and you're bringing your dreams in with ease, where you're no longer out in the cold wondering how you're going to pay your bills, or you're going to find this comfort, find stability, feel financially secure, have relationships that are here to build you up. You're not doing that anymore. It's balancing itself out, and you have things that you can really depend on in your life this month, and that's going to be very clear to you. And then we have the Hierophant here, and so that is being a teacher, being a guide, being a figure for other people to find community in, but also being a student yourself, and being willing to learn what you are teaching, to lead by example and show your students how they can unlock this next level of success for themselves, right? Because the Hierophant here sits in between these two pillars, which is a doorway, and there's these keys at the bottom. So it's like he has the keys to unlocking this door and getting through it, but you have to identify what your desires are and what you really want. And when you can do that, you can liberate and free yourself from the things and the structures that were holding you back in the first place. And so that could be society, that could be, you know, ideas put on by our parents in our childhood, that could be our friendships, that could be maybe the industries that we're in, the restrictions within them. We are going to be a leader in our, I feel like if you are in some type of industry, or I don't know why I feel like saying this, but if you're in an industry where there are restrictions and there are a certain way of doing things, you're going to be a leader in the way that you are changing, you know, how that industry works and how, you know, people go about doing things. And so it's important to remember that you have people watching you during this time, during this month. And that's why, you know, this had to happen the way that it did, so that you can see the influence that you have over the community that you're building. And that's very big. That's powerful, because you're going to help a lot of people free and liberate themselves and take risks towards the things that they want to have in their life, because you were an amazing example of how to do that as well. And that goes into the Four of Cups in reverse. So we're not asking the universe for more signs. We're not asking, you know, the universe to bring you more things. You know what you have and you are grateful for it, and you're ready to build on that and continue to build that structure and that stability in your life that is already here. But in terms of your dreams, within your dreams, and know that they have a solid foundation for them to grow and thrive off of, because at the end of this reading, we have the Six of Pentacles, and that's like baby justice. So things are balancing out. What you're putting in, you're getting out, and this is like haves and have not cards. So like, but also like giving and receiving, and knowing that like sometimes we're here and sometimes we're up, and we are the ones giving, right? And we are the ones teaching, and we are the ones, you know, leading by example. But sometimes we're also down here and we are receiving, and we are getting the support, and we are learning through the community that we are also building too. But ultimately everything's balancing out. The work that you're putting in, you know, it's all coming back around to support you and your success and where you're going. So it's really exciting. Again, 6 is the number for temporary opportunity. So we have a temporary opportunity to really, you know, give it all to our work and bring it in and see the abundance that can be created for when we really apply ourselves to something that we really love, we really desire, and when we just allow our intuition to show us the way. That's really exciting. Going into our Oracle card, we have 2. You have Starseed, what lights you up. I love that. She's like sitting here looking out into the ocean, and that's giving me like looking out onto her dreams, looking out to what she really wants, even looking at the stars and connecting to herself. Water also reminds me of her intuition, or even like the High Priestess, this connection to her divine counterpart that is not allowing fear leading the way, but is leading with inspiration and guidance from her higher self. And then we have, you are already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Yes. I think that's what this is too. Stop overthinking. Let go of the little details and just keep moving forward. You're already doing what you need to be doing, and keep facing yourself. What is true to you? What is your guide? What is your direction? And what's bringing you to your future? I love that, because it's like this. It's this like contemplation where it's like keep shining your, what lights you up, right? And understanding what that is. And you're like, okay. And then this is her going on a journey to it and following what lights her up to bring her to where she knows she needs to be, her true north. Oh, I love that. Even these pillars reminding me of this Hierophant here of being the leader. Go after it. Don't be afraid to do something different and forge your own path. I want to read, you're already doing it. Do not question things so much. You're on the right track. You are facing the right way. Stop overthinking it. It's happening, and you're closer than you think. You are exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. Do not rush it. Now is the time. Now is not the time to be impatient. What did I say? Now is the time to walk steady. There is no rush. What you are building is being built. What you have planted soon will blossom. With every new day, a new brick is being laid. You have come a long way. The foundations are steady, and now it is all needed for you to trust and keep walking forward. If a thought that things should be moving faster enters your head, that is just your ego comparing your rising to someone else. Comparison is not your friend. Stay in your lane. Water your own garden. Knowing that is your time to bloom will come soon. Yes. Yes to it all. Wow. Okay, now I kind of want to read Starseed because I'm interested. Okay, Starseed, what lights you up? Starseeds are souls with a double mission, to rise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that is running out and that there is something that they came here to do or create or contribute. If you are pulled to this card, that is to confirm you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. They innately know that there is much more to life and feel that there is something more and get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, what is to light up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet in hospitals, schools, slums, and mansions, on stages, and in edit suites, in parks, in nightclubs, and taxis, and theme parks. Wow, that was a mouthful. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to figure out how to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. Yes, that's it. Don't dim your light. It's time to take it out of the darkness and shine it. Yes, even this Hierophant here, you came to do this. I love it. Okay, let's move into your love reading. We have wedding. This situation involves wedding with the Hierophant again popping up. We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. 4 of Wands. And then we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Ace of Swords. I love that. Maybe somebody's coming in, maybe another spiritual teacher, somebody to help you kind of like learn how to like love again. Somebody that could be I'm going to say another earth sign, maybe a Taurus, maybe even a water sign, because we have a lot of cups and pentacles here. And even this like 4 of Wands is attraction. This is like celebration to something really good. And even I feel like this romantic feelings, it's kind of like gives you new ideas in regards to love. So be patient with what you're doing, because I really do feel like something's coming in that helps you evolve, or it just comes in to support all of what you're doing, that sees you, that values you, and is also some type of like spiritual teacher or healer or mentor to other people. So I'm really excited about that, Capricorn. Okay, I'm gonna move into our affirmation, and if you'd like to know more about me, you can go to ashleyrose.com. There's a bunch of info there on how to book a reading, and you can also follow my Instagram. That's Ashley Rose Tarot. And let's see what we have. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. Yes, that's what we're doing. That is what you're doing. Oh my God, I am so excited, Capricorn. Sorry, I'm getting a little cheesy here at the end. But seriously, like, have trust in what you're creating and tune into that spiritual connection that you've been cultivating, because it's getting stronger and it's really leading you to everywhere you want to be. Stay tuned into it. Look at this like green little earth here. I love that. That's like you are the earth sign, and this is like your energy. It's healed and it's ready to grow. Okay, but be patient, because this journey is going to be one that has a lot of really fun things to discover within it, and I can't wait to see what this month has in store for you. So that is where I'm going to leave it, and I will catch you guys in the daily tarot readings.